And if you can't slap, if you can't touch your woman wherever you want, and if you can't slap, you can't kiss, you can't use cuss words, I don't see emotion there. Then it's all margins and papers, red pen, blue pen, all that. There's nothing unconditional about it, then it's all conditions.
So the day is finally here. Animal starring Ranbir Kapoor and directed by Sandeep Reddy Vanga is finally in theaters and it's already generating quite a buzz. So without spoiling much and getting into the thick of things, let's dive into the world of Animal and see what works for the film and what doesn't. But before we move forward, I just want to say this to all the die-hard Ranbir Kapoor fans out there. Please take my review or what I thought about the movie with a grain of salt. Maybe my opinions on the film does not align with yours and it's completely fine. Keep it civil and do chime in on your thoughts about the movie down in the comments below. With that out of the way, let's dig in. Animal is a polarizing film, and that is something that everyone knew right when the first promotional material of the film dropped. It was high on action, violence, and aggression, which safe to say is not everyone's cup of tea. But Animal as a whole film does not work or doesn't make one really feel a sense of great satisfaction. It's a long, tedious journey of a man-child and his transition into a full-blown gangster. In no way am I saying that a creator like Sandeep Reddy Vanga doesn't have the right to create work he desires, but when your sole motive is to create controversy through your work, then sadly the storytelling takes a back seat. And if we have learned anything thus far, it's that is never a good thing. See, Vanga creates this protagonist as a morally ambiguous character who's deeply rooted in his world of misogyny, self-destruction, and violence. He's a person who's the product of his circumstances, or so he believes. Vanga creates a man who's oblivious to the fact that he could be wrong. He lacks empathy, he doesn't have a shred of compassion, he kills without pause and without remorse. He's a man who's on the verge of self-annihilation. So the question really arises, why is he our protagonist? See, the problem in creating morally ambiguous characters is that it's not that big of a deal. Cinema has seen plenty of those, right from Travis Bickle to Patrick Bateman to even Alauddin Khilji. These characters were evil, narcissistic, and they lacked compassion and empathy too. But their stories started and ended much more differently. Their actions led to their own downfall. But Vanga creates a man who's evil. He destroys any and everything that comes his way. But each action is so strangely glorified in the name of family, fatherhood, love, and even death. Actions, no matter how evil, are somehow, some way appropriated by preaching to the audience that they were never meant from a bad place. While watching the movie, I thought about how Kabir Singh was a saint in comparison to the man we are led to believe is our protagonist. And if somehow you make your protagonist worse than Kabir Singh, yeah, that's not really something to be proud of. Animal is a mess. It's an incoherent, twisted, messy, deeply problematic, and a little too long piece of work just looking for a little push from the audiences so everyone can openly hail it as the next great masterpiece. While it's far from one, the glass is although not half full, but it's a little to a quarter. The songs work effortlessly. Arjun Vele as the BGM during the war scene works wonders for the film. Rashmika Mandana, Anil Kapoor and many of the other supporting cast lend strong performances. Ranbir definitely gets into the skin of his character, embodying the sinister energy of the protagonist. He lives and breathes the character. The moments of emotional tragedy works beautifully and the action is strong enough to keep you hooked. It's beautifully put together. Coming to now what absolutely does not work, well, a lot of it doesn't. Vanga this time creates I don't know how, but a more disturbing portrayal of manhood, machismo, the gender roles of men and women in a marriage, the acts of violence casually thrown around, nudity and graphic sexual innuendos, and much more. It's wrong to assume Animal is the worst film of the year. It's far from one, but a film that has been so deeply hyped with everyone saying it's going to be something no one has experienced before, and this is the product. It's tough to say if I'm more underwhelmed by the script or exhausted from the runtime. Ranbir Kapoor deserves better, the story deserves better, and the audiences for sure deserves better. And that's it for the video everyone. Thank you for watching. Comment down below what do you think about the video and drop down any suggestions you have for the channel. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribing to the channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.